Lonzo Ball and Giannis Antetokounmpo's growth proved to all of us that Ben Simmons is lazy. Let's get into it. Ben Simmons, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Lonzo Ball all used to have one thing in common. They couldn't shoot to save their lives. If they were to score a jump shot from beyond the arc to save your entire life, they would miss and you would die. And defenses knew this. So they would sag off them because of that. But now they no longer can sag off of Lonzo Ball. And Giannis has a respectable jumper. And they both have improved their forms much better than what they used to be. And they hit them at a better rate. But Ben Simmons is still not attempting a three-point shot. Taking Lonzo Ball as a case study, he came into the league with the water hype around him, rightly so because of his father, and Lonzo kind of balled out in his year at UCLA. But that shooting form was horrendous. He was shooting from the opposite side of his face. It wasn't practical, especially when you're a guard and you're trying to shoot off the dribble jumpers occasionally. This don't make sense. The math ain't mathing. Despite never being a respectable shooter until recently, Lonzo never shied away from shooting from beyond the arc. Now Lonzo came in the league, he had one of the ugliest forms I've ever seen in my life. It's up there with like Michael Kidd-Gilchrist in like the ugly form Hall of Fame. Even though it was that ugly, he didn't care. Like, he was still shooting about 5 threes a game in his rookie year. Didn't matter. Was he making a lot? No, it was about 30%, which is actually a miracle with a form like that. But he improved. Even though LeVar Ball said he never needed to change his form.
Because I've always told him, perfect your form and you good.
Lonzo put in the work summer after summer. And now if you look at him as a member of the Chicago Bulls, he looks like a whole different player with a new and improved form. And we have to give credit to his time in New Orleans, where he worked on his shot with shooting coach Fred Vinson. They worked out twice a day during the season.
I said, I don't want to change your shot. I said, you shot the ball well in college at 40% from three-point. I just want to tweak it a little bit.
The way I shoot is completely different than how I used to. Just trying to be more consistent and keep the ball on the right side.
Create your own rhythm. Create your own rhythm. Yep. 2.
And Vincent deserves major credit on changing Lonzo's form because his rookie year shooting to now is like night and day. Last season, he was making about 37.8% of his jumpers from beyond the arc, which is a big improvement from his rookie year. And he was sinking 3 a game, which is big compared to what he was thinking before, especially from where he came from. And I can only assume that it's going to get better. All that hard work, all those summers, now we see him in preseason killing for the Chicago Bulls. He hit 5 threes the other night against the Pelicans, and he's hitting shots nice. It's smooth. His forms change off the dribble, catch and shoot. It all looks so fluid, and it's gotten better. No, he's not Steph Curry, but he's come far from what he used to be. Which brings me back to Ben Simmons. Don't get it twisted. Ben Simmons is a great basketball player, and he's an all-star, but this man has not improved his game since he came into the NBA, specifically his shooting. Despite having a decent form, Ben Simmons hasn't averaged over 0.23 point attempts per game, not makes, attempts, in his whole career, which is kind of crazy going into your 6th NBA season. It just kind of shows that this man doesn't want to work on that aspect of his game. Yes, we see summer workouts of him shooting and making jump shots all the time, but if you can't make 1 a game in the league, it don't mean shit. Ben Simmons not working on his shooting, whether it's inside, outside, or from the free throw line, is one thing and one thing only. It's lazy. You get paid millions of dollars to be great and you don't improve, there's no other word for it. He's never shot better than 60% from the free throw line. Now, Lonzo Ball started off as a 40% free throw shooter. Last year, Lonzo nearly shot 80%. He's shot 78% from the free throw line. He's put in work, and that work is shown. Hard work is undefeated, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if Lonzo shoots 85 or 80% this coming season from the free throw line. Now, this isn't a video saying Lonzo Ball is a better basketball player than Ben Simmons. That's not what I'm getting at. We are not going to get into that. This is just about who is a far better shooter because of the work rate. This is just proving that Ben Simmons doesn't work on his shot, because if Lonzo can go from shooting 40% to now shooting 78%, almost 80% from the free throw line. He went from shooting 30% to almost 40% now from the 3-point line. It just shows the laziness of Ben Simmons when it comes to working on his jumper, because coming into the NBA, he had a better form than Lonzo. He had a better form than Giannis, but clearly he hasn't worked on his shooting because numbers don't lie. Now, when it comes to Giannis, he is by no means someone to praise when it comes to shooting numbers. We all know he's had his struggles. But we saw him working on his jumper this summer after winning Finals MVP. And when it came to the preseason, this man's shot looks the smoothest it's ever been. Using the eye test, you can tell he's been working on his shot. This guy was hitting off the dribble jumpers from anywhere. Turnaround fadeaways. I know it's one game, but you can just tell that he's worked on his shot. No one's saying he's going to shoot 45% from free this year, but this is the best his shot has ever looked, especially off the dribble. And his form was much worse than Ben's. It didn't stop him shooting and missing. Giannis was getting air balls. Giannis was getting clowned at the free throw line by fans on every road game. And now, if you look at Giannis' shot from what we've seen in the preseason, it's like night and day. It's that smooth. The growth in both Lonzo and Giannis' shots speak volumes to their work ethic and to the lack of work ethic when it comes to Ben Simmons and his shooting. Again, this is not a video speaking on who's a better player. It's just about their shooting prowess and why it got better or why it stayed the same. Hopefully Ben Simmons does improve his shooting and his shot, and even hopefully he attempts some kind of shots, because it's gonna get bad before it gets better. But Lonzo and Giannis prove that this guy is lazy when it comes to his jumper. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe. We're trying to grow. We're trying to hit 400 subscribers by the end of November, so hopefully we can. And we out, man. Peace.